important considerations when choosing a college. Let me simplify it for you. Number one, size. Okay? So size of the college or university, the undergrad enrollment, for example, that determines the class size, which is ever so important. How many students are there per class? So don't get, sidetracked by games colleges play in terms of, average class size and all that. Because, generally the first 2 years of your college, there's going to be a lot of courses, many different majors take at the same time. So it can end up being somewhere like 400, 500 students in an auditorium-like environment. And then they do break them up into smaller classes, but the size of the college or the university has a direct bearing on the size of each class. Okay, so that's important. Now, there are colleges which are very small, something like 2,000 enrollment or something like that, where you can actually have a classroom with 10, 12, 15, 25 people max. Okay, so number one is size. Number two, look at internships. Okay, so what does the school or the university college offer in terms of internships? Do they have any infrastructure in terms of, like a placement office, or what kind of support do they have, right? How often do companies come, right? College fairs. I mean, in what year do you have to be able to attend those fairs? These are all very important. Internships have become even more critical now because, as you're aware, the fresh graduates are most at risk from AI, because what do fresh graduates do, right? They do the low end of the work, not to say it's not important, but it's the low end of the work. That's exactly what AI is already doing. The internships that you do will help you convince the employers that you are the right candidate, and you'll also be in the real world doing real things, adopting and adapting to AI. So that's very important to have internships. So ask the right questions. Number three, I left this one for last by design, by the way. Rankings, or I like to call it branding, right? So rankings, are very subjective. I think we all know that. So don't get bogged down by that, right? So of course, the Ivies or the Ivy-like universities like Northwestern, Chicago, Duke, Stanford, etc. I'm not saying that, ranking or branding is not important, but what is more important is what you do than where you do it. Okay? So once you choose any college, we would say Uwezo in the top 35, top 40, has all the infrastructure that you need, has the same quality of professors that are available to Ivy League students, or like I said, Ivy League-like students. So it's really what you do that matters. The internships that you do while in college, your grade point average, and then other activities like leadership, community service, all these matter because with AI, there's a lot of questions that are coming into play in terms of ethics, right? So, you may want to take courses in not only ethics in AI, but generally like philosophy or psychology, cognitive science, right? So really well-rounded resume, okay? And then take these three things into consideration when choosing a college. Like I said, size, then the internship opportunities, and finally the ranking. Now, when I come back to ranking again, right? So I'm not saying that people that have, worked very hard and, get into the Harvards or Stanfords of the world, I'm not taking anything away from them, okay? All I'm saying is, all things being equal, right? So the college that you go to only has a minor advantage, okay? What you do while in college matters more than where you actually go to college. So keep that in mind when you're selecting colleges. So size, internship opportunities, and finally the branding or the ranking of the university. Good luck to you guys.